Hey everyone, FallenTitanAndy here. Today we're doing a game review. This time we're looking at a demo, so let's check it out. Today's review is about the game Star Trucker. Now, as I said, this is a demo. This hasn't come out yet, but we're going to have a look at the demo and see what it looks like. So, here we go. Start off with, as I said, this is a demo and there's not a lot to the actual game yet, but basically in the demo it gives you an idea as to what happens in the game. So, as some of you have seen me do on Twitch, I have played American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. So this is basically the same concept, only the difference is this is done in space, hence why it's called Star Trucker. Go figure. So the one thing we will be doing is not using the steering wheel, because obviously you're in space, you're going to have different controls. So I will be using a controller. So the demo starts you off as a truck in space that's been damaged. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that's how the game starts. So basically you get out of your chair, head towards your spacesuit, wear it, and then you go outside. Now, I have played some of this, and from what I've seen, it does look fantastic. Like, already I'm sold with just these graphics alone. I really do like the look of this. Like, it does give you the feel of being out in space, and it does look really cool. So we'll back away from the truck and give you an outside view. So there you go, that's your truck. This is basically the truck you're given in the demo. Whether they'll bring in other trucks or not, I have no idea, but that would be a cool thing to see, is different trucks, different trailers, and just have like your own little customizations. So you could basically put turrets and weapons and stuff. Oops. Now, the one thing that I notice with this is when you're doing these repairs, I feel like you should be holding like a welder's torch or something to repair these hulls, instead of just looking at it and repairing it straight away. That way it gives it a little bit more of an immersion feel. You could be at your truck welding these plates on, so you could have like spare plates in the back of your cab and a welder's torch or a wrench, so that you could say repair anything that's damaged along here. And yeah, so we'll go back inside. Just like that, truck is all powered back up. I can put the suit away. We'll close that. So here's another view of your truck. Obviously there's a lot of things going on around, so you can take in the view and whatnot. But that looks cool. I really like that look and that look of a truck. So, as I said, I would like to see other different sorts of trucks. So, you could possibly throw in American version trucks, which is what this one would be classed as. You could also throw in the European version trucks and make them customizable, so you could basically change everything on the truck and add weapons and other stuff to protect your truck against alien attacks or pirates trying to attack you, trying to steal your cargo, and any other players. So this could work well in multiplayer, this could work in co-op, so you could have like you as the driver and your friends as a co-pilot and weapons handlers and other stuff like that. Because if you're flying, you obviously want to keep moving, you want to keep the cargo going as fast as you can and just basically work to get that money. So if you are doing this by yourself, it would be a bit of a struggle because you gotta stop the truck, get out of your seat and repair items and other stuff. But if you're with a teammate, maybe you could say, hey, I'm gonna stop the truck here, could you get out and repair the hull or check to see if the cargo's okay, and then they could just grab the suit, go out, come back in, and you are given panels each side of your speedometer, so you can interact with these. You can have truck status over there, life support status, and cameras have been placed all over, so that's your system diagnostics. You could have your mirrors set to this, and again, this comes back to multiplayer and co-op. You could basically have one person in the cockpit driving or flying and using these as your mirrors, and then have someone, say, behind you being like checking systems to be like, oh, we'll check your power cell status. They could look at that and be like, okay, he's low on this power, I'll get up and fix that. And of course they could also keep an eye on the hull to make sure it's okay and be like, hey, we need to stop at this checkpoint here and repair it. So that would be something cool to have in the actual game. So we'll set it to mirrors and away we go. It does take a while for the truck to move, obviously because you're just starting it up and moving and all that, and it does give you a fuel gauge, it does give you a speed, and it does give you an oxygen level, so you would have to keep an eye on that. So, jump gates.
Calling in from the DIV. Glad to see you finally made it. We've already got a drop zone warmed up and waiting for you. So just head on over to the waypoint, detach your trailer in the designated area, and I'll make sure your payment gets processed ASAP.
So, with the jump gate, that's the way you go for jumping between systems, and yeah. It's kind of like hyperdrive. So you get the cargo to these drop-off zones, and once it goes from purple to green, that means it's good to unhitch. So, done.
Great job. Payment should already be with you. But if you feel like spending some of that hard-earned cash, just head on over to Palmview Station. You'll find they've got supplies, a few jobs on the board, and the best home-cooked soya protein this side of Alpha Centauri.
So, as you can just see, you have your own little CB radio. You also got your own normal radio that you can listen to music. Obviously, I'm not going to play it because of copyright infringement. But yeah, everything you see is interactable, so you can pretty much play with it. You got your temperatures, you got your lights, you got a drive assist, and of course I've shown these off, and the hitch. And of course you got your other stuff down here. So this is the sleeper cabin. So you got your bed, you got your power supply, which is all controlled by these. So you got your power cells and your UCCs. I don't know what UCC means, but if you take them out, they just basically stop the ship from working, and yeah. So, like I said, everything is interactable. Even these crates, you can open them up and put items in them. So, you got some more UCCs, you got some more power cells, even got shelving units back here that you could put items on. So, you can fly around and find stuff in space by using a ping, which I'll show you. So your ping is this. It basically gives you information as to who's in the system. So, for example, Snoopy John. And it does also give you like scrap beacons or salvage beacons that you could basically stop your truck at and salvage anything that's floating in space, which is kind of cool. One thing I would like to see in a game is a salvage depot that you could take all your stuff to and maybe sell it off to the salvage yard to make a little bit more money, so that you could buy your power cells or your UCCs or anything else that you need for the truck, so that you could continue going on in your journeys and make sure you're still running perfectly. So with the demo, you basically level yourself up to level 3, and then that's it. The demo finishes. So that's basically all there is to the Star Trucker demo. So that is pretty much Star Trucker. The demo, like I said, it does look good to me, and I'm definitely going to be into the game that little bit more, because it's something that I like doing, especially when you've seen me play Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, where you're basically driving a truck, taking cargo from one destination to another, but this is done in space. So that's a cool idea. I really like that, and it definitely opens the gate to other ideas that could be added to this game. So for example, I mentioned multiplayer and co-op, so you could basically have other people in the actual game that you could interact with by using the CB radio, or by stopping at the stations, and before you even take on another job, you could basically explore the stations, go to vendors or salvage yards or food joints, and just meet other players in the actual game, have a chat with them, and have little bragging conversations, being like, oh, I just took this cargo from destination 1 to destination 3 in just under such amount of time. So and then of course you could also be like, hey, I'm heading to this destination, I heard you're going to this destination, would you like to maybe form a convoy? So that's something you could arrange, or if you're out flying, you could basically grab your CB radio and be like, I'm heading to the same destination you are, would it be alright if I tag along and join your convoy? And yeah, sure. So that'd be something cool to be added to the game. Also, being out in space, you gotta have aliens and some sort of life forms trying to attack you and try and take your cargo away from you and other stuff like that, because it's just going to be boring if you're just going to be like traveling from one star to another, or one destination in space to another, and you're just basically going back and forth. It does feel kind of boring doing that, especially when doing it in American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. Sure, you can still take on the view and whatnot, but it still feels like you could do a whole lot more with Star Trucker and add the turrets. You could add cannons or whatever to protect your truck, and have your co-op team or friends or whoever you have in your cab tag along and just attack aliens that are trying to attack you. You could also become a pirate and try and steal other people's cargo, and of course you can fend for yourself or fend off those attacks and just keep going, you know. But other than that, I think that's pretty much all I can think of at this time. Whether the devs pick this up or not is entirely up to them, so feel free to take on any suggestions, and hopefully this game comes out soon, because I would be very appreciative to have a look at it and have a go at it and just enjoy the game. And that's it for me. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and give the demo a try. It is on Steam, it's on PC, and yeah, again, I suggest using a controller, not a steering wheel, because there is a whole lot more that you need to discover with the actual game. So as of now, I'd rate this game probably a 7 out of 10. But if you add in those extra features that I mentioned, definitely 10 out of 10. You know, I would recommend this game. So that's it for me. If you like what you see and are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Also, like, comment, and share this with your friends. I'm sure they would appreciate seeing this sort of stuff. So until next time, Ah!